Story out of NPR, December 14, 2006. Border fence firm snared for hiring illegal workers. See, we don't make anything up here. Look, we have to get angry as Americans. We have to get territorial again. Being an American doesn't just mean you salute the flag at a basketball game and start crying. It means you defend your private property, you defend your Second Amendment, you defend the Republic. And look, America isn't perfect, but it's a lot better than North Korea, Mexico, and communist China and other countries, okay? I mean, folks, we have the government documents. We have the International Bank of Settlement documents where they said they were going to destroy the world economy by selling derivatives to countries to bankrupt them so the banks could come in and take over. This is economic conquest. Grow up. It's really happening. We've got to save the country. We've got to admit what's going on and demand that the liberal establishment that isn't liberal at all be honest about the fact that they're a bunch of poverty pimps, social manipulators, and that the Republicans be honest about the fact they're a bunch of corporate whores sold out to foreign interests with NAFTA and GATT. It all has to end now. It's only going to get worse. And all we got to do is sit here and explain to people who the bad guys are and how they did it and lay all the facts out, and these people are going to go down. And they're openly talking about shutting the web down. I have a headline here where the FCC says they now have power over the Internet and are going to install a fairness doctrine. That's mainstream news. In fact, where's my headline? I can't even keep track of this anymore. It's totally insane. Cover it tomorrow. I can't find it now. I just can't believe that the new Supreme Court nominee has written more than 10 white papers saying ban free speech and the Second Amendment. The woman should be in Maoist China, not here. This is war, folks. This is an attack on the country. The government is criminal. All right, let's go to David in South Carolina. You're on the air. Go ahead.
You got me, Alex?
Yeah, I got you. Go ahead.
Ah, great, man. I'm a 4-year listener, first-time caller. I love everything you do. I really appreciate you taking my call.
I appreciate you calling. What's on your mind?
Well, you know, the bottom line is the economic system is coming down and coming down in pieces like 9/11, you know, with a skyscraper getting blasted. And these guys, they have to divert everybody's attention from the fact that they cannot hold you know what they say, the center cannot hold, and they are tearing. This country is coming apart, and what they're going to do is one of three things, possibly all three at the same time, is the situation in North Korea. They'll get us in a war with China. The situation with Iran will probably get us in a war with Russia. And, of course, this situation with the illegals and this whole situation.
Oh, they can give them the order to riot. They'll burn everything down. The media will say, look how cute it is.
They're going to bust us into little pieces. I'm just telling you, that's how I feel about it. And I tell you what, I'm glad you've been covering this because it's great to have a good voice out there actually getting to the root of the matter. Because instead of letting everybody get by with, you know, Glenn Beck and all these guys, you know, they're barely touching on it, and they're not really getting to it. And as far as Rand Paul goes, he's a great guy. He really is. He's sincere, at least. He's decent and honest, I think.
No, that's why they're coming after him. Look, Arnold Schwarzenegger told Rolling Stone magazine in 1977... Then in the 80s, he gave other interviews. In the 1990s, I mean, I made a film about it. It's an hour of the 3-hour film, Martial Law, that I made in 2005. And he said, I want to be like Hitler. I want to be a dictator. I hate Jews. And because he's now a sellout globalist, the ADL gives him awards. But then Rand Paul says nothing racial, and the media is saying he's against the Civil Rights Act, and they have no clip of him saying it. It's just made up. It's just made up. They're a pack of crooks, folks. Listen, let me tell you something. You actually get with a real liberal, all they talk about is reducing population and how much they hate minorities. I never heard the N-word until I was around liberals, okay? And because they're not liberals. They're parasite control freaks, okay? I just can't handle it anymore. I appreciate your call, David. Henry in Canada, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hello, Alex Jones. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Okay, well, my phone's doing the automatic cough button thing right now, so I probably sound like I'm on Quaaludes. So
all right, go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Right? I'm going to let you go. 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 Let's talk. I just can't hear you. Mark in Texas, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, great day, Alex. I want to commend you, first of all. I want to commend for laying before God all the things, you know, that you've spoken out to the people that you've prayed, and I think that's what we all need to do. And I've been looking at Romans about that rulers are not a terror, but to put away the good, or put away the bad, and help the good. And I'm wanting to ask you, just let you just tell us all, or a little bit about what info we have that proves the stealing of these people, all these big bank, the people that are stealing all the money, and then what we can do. What is a 4-step plan we can do to actually get that money back? Whatever the situation, I want you to just speak away.
All right, I appreciate your call, Mark. Look, we're at the end of the show, and I promised to go to calls, but I told you before they passed the Banker Bailout Act of October 2008 that they weren't going to tell you where the money went, that it wasn't going to be used on the subprime mortgages. And the next day they said, we're not going to spend it on that, and we're not going to tell you where it went. We have the Timberwolf emails and the McClatchy newspaper emails they got in lawsuits separately. I mean, Bernie Madoff made up fake assets and sold it. And that's what derivatives are. Bernie Madoff founded the NASDAQ and designed many of the current derivatives that are sold in the market. Same thing with Ken Lay. He was involved in global warming taxes and derivatives. What do you think carbon taxes are? It's a derivative. Okay, Bill Clinton was involved. The Republicans were involved in changing the Glass-Steagall Act in 1999 so they could sell all this stuff. It's counterfeit, okay? They sell it to governments and individuals to get, so that they get money and power when they sell it to you at full value. Then, when everything falls apart, they come in with more fiat derivatives and loan that to you to get you out of the trouble. But really, you wake up and realize you're deeper down the rat hole, okay? It's not a free market system. It's a rigged game. And these guys want to destroy the free market and blame capitalism because they want to cut the money off to everybody else now that they have it. I mean, Goldman Sachs, I've got articles here where they've dropped the suit against AIG, and the government's dropped its criminal investigation. And these criminal investigations of Goldman Sachs, it's a whitewash, folks. We need to bring these people to justice. It's illegal that Henry Paulson gave himself $212 million of bailout money to himself. And Congressman Stern asked him, how'd you get a waiver? Who gave it to you? And he said, I gave myself a waiver. It's illegal. We don't owe the money. We monetize it because they've already monetized it. They're going to keep monetizing new bailouts, new ripoffs. We monetize it now. It devalues the currency some. It's going to be painful. And then we're honest about the fiscal responsibilities. We get government out of the lives of the American people and 90% of what they do. We keep the small government we need to guard our liberty, or we let them fully implode the economy and take over out of the crisis they created. And we're here at the chopping block point. Do you guys find my FCC headline? I don't know where it is here in my stack. I had it right here in my stack. Headline, FCC to regulate Internet. There it is. FCC to re-regulate Internet in order to enforce net neutrality. Nah, that's not the one. It's a new article I had today. It doesn't matter, whatever. Let's go ahead and talk to Ronaldo in New York City. Thanks for holding.
Good evening, Alex. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Welcome.
Thank you very much. I don't know if we get past this, Alex. It's under the mind control that the public is under. You know, I try to warn my coworkers about what's going on here in New York City, the liberal capital, you know, of America, and they just laugh. Yeah, Obama's doing good. You know, the endless war keeps going on. They're not even protesting against it. I don't know if we can survive this, Alex. I really don't.
Well, that is the thing. I went to the shopping mall, and it didn't matter what color people were or how tall they were or how short they were. They all looked like zombies. And they all look like children. It's like weak, soft children who giggle and laugh and are stupid. And you try to talk to yuppies. You try to either people are really awake when I go to public places and know who I am and run over and have a light in their eyes and know what's happening, or they're like these broke-back little children. I mean, the public is like a bunch of domesticated pigs or something. who the master comes over and dumps some slop in, and they oink and snort and enjoy it, and they don't worry about anything. And when they see one of the pigs get let off, they kind of snort and giggle because that means more slop for them. They don't know that pig's about to get butchered, and 2 days later they're going to be hanging up by their ankles, their throat getting slit, blood pouring everywhere. They just think it's funny. God bless you, Ronaldo. You can call me back tomorrow, 11 to 3 Central, if you want to talk more. And yeah, I sound frustrated here at the end. It was a good broadcast, got a lot of info out, but I didn't cover 2 whole stacks of my news. So we'll be covering that all tomorrow. God bless you all. PrisonPlanet.tv, Infowars.com. Check out all the new films we've got out.